We talk a lot about EV, electric vehicles. Yahoo Finance viewers, though, have let us know when it comes to company of the year, you might want to change EV to PU for the one that they dislike the most. Let's bring in Ines Ferre to tell us more about who gets that honor. Ines?
It's Nikola, the hydrogen electric truck startup. And this is according to a poll of more than 1,500 Yahoo Finance users. And more than 200 responses, the word fraud came up 74 times. The word scam came up 36 times. That's what they thought of this company. Let's take it back a bit. Nikola went public in June through a SPAC merger. At one point, the stock had gone up more than $80 a share. You can see where the shares are trading at right now. Then in September, they announced this deal with GM to make the Badger to use GM's lithium batteries. Then a few days later, the short seller Hindenburg Research came out with a very damning report on Nikola, accusing the company of fraud, accusing the founder, Trevor Milton, of fraud. And this prompted an SEC probe, and of course, the stock tanked. Then that GM deal was pending. And finally, that GM deal was really skinny down, where there was no stock in it, and the Badger manufacturing was taken out of that deal. So again, the stock taking a hit for that as well. Adam, can this company turn it around? The people who were surveyed in this poll, 20% of the ones who said that this was the worst company of 2020 said that it can redeem itself, that the company can redeem itself, 20%. So that's about a fifth of them. But certainly you can see what has happened to the stock. Look, I'll show you this chart where you can see when it went public and through that merger, then it went to this high. Then back in September, you saw that it was here when up here when that GM deal was announced and the Hindenburg Research report came out. Then you had the GM deal that was skinny down again. So you can see where it took hits over and over again.
You mentioned the GM deal. It would seem to me a very big negative, the fact that GM did not take an ownership stake. They were going to buy at one point, what was it, about 11% stake in the company? And now we're just going to do parts. We're just going to do some contracts with them.
That's right. And there were some analysts that were saying, look, for GM, this is a great deal. For Nikola, it's not such a great deal. And there were then people who were observing the fact that Nikola was turning a little bit more towards a semi. They were focusing more on the semi truck. And that's where they got the whiff that perhaps this Badger part of the deal, which was their pickup truck, perhaps that was not going to go through. Certainly, this GM deal, analysts did not think that what came out of it was really anything huge for Nikola.
You know, the other thing is, it almost seems like Nikola's late to the game. There are already electric vehicle trucks out there that can do that large cargo hauling. And they're just building their prototypes. I think they announced last week or 2 weeks ago in Germany that they're getting their first prototype up and ready, where others are already doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to show you the chart of the EV charts right now of some of the EV companies. But there are some there's a company now, Arrival, that's out in Europe that's coming onto the scene. There's this massive expansion in the EV space that's come out. And Nikola has an issue of hydrogen, electric. They've got this plan to make hydrogen charging stations in Europe. There's a debate on whether or not hydrogen is great to use in this sense. There's a lot of competition, as you're saying. Are they late to the game? You know, their founder, when he came out, was very much out there, very much charismatic. And a lot of people thought that it was a company that was good to go. And they do have, though, some good people on their board. So we'll have to see if they can really turn it around. But certainly the GM deal was not favorable for them.
There's a company in the UK, Arrival, which is making electric cargo vans for delivery for UPS. Now, not making the big long-haul trucks, but come on, they're already producing vehicles and distributing. Ines, thank you. There's only one word that comes to mind. This is for everyone alive in the 1970s. When you look at Nikola, Bricklin. Google it if you don't know. But the founder, or the creator of that car was Malcolm Brickland, who, by the way, brought Subaru to the United States. But that's a history lesson we don't have to get into.